Don't skip. There's a moment in every Caucasian where things shift, where a woman moves from being curious to invested, from enjoying your presence to needing it. And most men miss this moment entirely, not because it's invisible, but because if they've never been taught how to recognize it. See? Women don't always express their emotions in ways men are wired to understand. While men tend to communicate with direct language one's straightforward needs, women often speaking layers, especially when their emotions are involved. She might not say and feeling for you outright. She might never utter the words, "I feel safe with you," or "You matter to me." But trust him, she's saying it just in a different way, a quieter one, a subtle one thought you'd have to be grounded enough to hear. And if you know what to look for, her words, her tone, her demeanor, those are lesson one. Revel what she's truly feeling. Today, I'm going to break down the hidden cues, phrases, and the emotional signals thought a woman gives off when she's emotionally invested in you. These aren't surface-level indicators. They are not just about attention, compliments, or texting frequency. These are the deep signs that she sees you as more than a fling, more than a distraction, more than just someone to pass the time with. But before we begin, I want you to remember something. Just because she says so many things emotional doesn't mean she's in just beckows. She doesn't say anything emotional this. I mean, she's not what we're looking at today. It's context, consistency, and emotional diff. It's where the truth lives. Let's start with the first hidden phrase off that reveals emotional invest. Never told anyone this before. No, this one. This is powerful. When a woman opens up and says something like, "I've never told anyone this before," or "I don't usually talk about this with people," she's not just sharing her stories, she's sharing access to a part of her that most people never get to see her past, her insecurities, her private thoughts, the things she's learned to protect. See, emotional investment doesn't bacon. When she compliments your looks or laughs at your jokes, that's surface level. That's easy. Emotional investment bacons the moment she feels safe and auto, be emotionally vulnerable when she lets you into her inner world. She's telling you, "I trust you," she's saying, "I feel emotionally safe in your presence." And in today's world where you've guarded that safety is everything, this is where most men make a crucial miss, Katie. Either rush into fastering to fix her problem, or psych her. Listen to feelings, or they shut down. Overwhelmed with the weight of what she guessed shared, but a stoic, emotionally grounded man, hell listens, not to respond, but to understand. Hold space without judgment. Edison need to fix anything. He doesn't her flow with shallow reassurance. He just stays present. Confucius. That's what makes her open up more. That's what makes her start to touch. So the next time a woman says something deeply personal, especially if it starts with "I've never told any before," pay attention. That's not just small talk. That's not just a verse ring. That's a green light. That's her saying, "You're not like Therist." That's her saying, "I want you to see Ther on me." And once a woman gives you access to hair roots, her emotional world, her wounds, you listen. 3 are no longer just a man in her life. You become part of her story. But you must earn that trust by how you respond with calm, with presence, with zero neediness or performance. See, you don't need to moach her vulnerability right away. You just need to go meet it with respect. Because at the end of the day, whatever woman is truly seeking beneath the filters and the curated messages, it's a man who can make her feel seen without making her feel exposed. And if you're a thought man, she won't just invest, she'll stay. What do you think it should do? A simple question might sound casual on the surface. But when a woman starts consistently asking for your opinion on personal matters, especially when it involves her emotions, relationships, family issues, or life choices, it's a big deal because here's the truth. Women didn't open that door for just any own one. She says, "What do y'all think you should do?" She's signaling more than curiosity. She's showing trust in your judgment. She respects your thinking. She values your emotional clarity. She sees you as someone grounded in auto-influence. For personal decisions, think about how we operate when we're uncertain or vulnerable. We don't go seeking for advice from random people. We go to someone we feel safe with. Someone we feel safe with. Someone you hope brings calm instead of chaos. Someone you hope listens without pushing an agenda on. It's exactly what chassis's in, you know? Let's be clear. This doesn't mean you need to start giving her step-by-step instructions or playing therapist. That's where a lot of guys miss this up. They're rushing to fix-it mode, trying to be the hero or come up with the perfect answer. Well, she's really looking for ICR? Presence of mind? She's not testing your intelligence. She's testing your emotional leadership. A woman asking for your opinion is often seeking alignment, but wants to feel that you can hold space for her dilemma. Walk with her through the tension and help her return to her own clarity. So when she asks, what do you think I should do? Slow down, ask her questions. Stay neutral. Say neutral. Say something like, well, what do you really want to do? Or it sounds like you know what's holding you back. This makes her feel emotionally seen and a need, emotionally managed. Remember, emotional investment is about depth, not direction. And if she feels like she can turn to you, not for control, but for clarity, you instantly become someone airy in her life. Not just a guy Shell likes, but a man she can lean on. 3. Thought about you. There's a point in every woman's emotional journey where her thoughts start including you, even when you're in it around, and it often shows up in one quiet phrase. I thought about you when it could be as light as I saw this book and thought you'd like either as meaningful as this song. Remind him of you. Either way, the underlying mess is clear. You live in her rational memory now. She's not just into with you, she's sassosi. With moments in her day, she's slinking you to her environment. Her mood-sure thoughts. This is deep psychological alterity. See? Women airwired for emotional pattern recognition. When a woman starts connecting externality, it's a sign that you've left Allison for psychological imprint. That's when emotional investment begins to take root. It means you're not just a passing thought. You're becoming part of her emotional world. This isn't just attraction. This is a mistake many men make at this stage. Guys brushing these moments off or nor reciprocating in subtle ways. They miss the opportunity to mirror that emotional threadwind. She shares that this reminded me of few moments. She's extending a piece of her inner now world to you, saying you matter even when you're not around. Wise response isn't to joke it away, just saneness. It's to reflect her investment. You can say something like, that's cool you thought of me. What made it stand out, or even share your own? No, I saw something the other day that reminded me of that thing you say. This exchange reinforces the emotional bond. It shows her you're tuned in, that she's not investing alone, and that's what makes her feel emotionally safe and seen. 2 of the Oedipus needs a woman has when falling for someone. So next time she says, thought about you, and don't just heart words heart, meaning you're becoming her emotional home for her. I'm not usually like this around people. When a woman says, I'm not usually like this around people, which is revealing without fully realizing this, that you've broken through her emotional guard. This phrase is rarely about behavior. It's not really about being goofy, open, talkative, shy, or flirty. It's about a disarmament. Most people walk through life wearing psychological armor. Women, especially these, they're constantly navigating Jack's patience, judgments, and emotional projections from others. So when Chef finds Herschel flawing more easily, opening up a other past, being more vulnerable, or just behaving differently than she normally would, it's surprising even her in the moments points the toot to you, just sacnologing and emotional. Shift here's what makes this so important. She's not just saying she's safe. She's also-ing. You bring something out of her thought. Few others don't. That, my friend, is the cornerstone of emotional intimacy. Musoa didn't ask her to drop her guard. You didn't push. You didn't manipulate. You simply created the conditions where her truest self could emerge. Think of it like this. She feels like she has to wear a mask with most people, but she doesn't need it around you. That's a rare and powerful bond. And people become emotionally invested in those who help them reconnect with woe. They really are. This is why Stoic presence matters so much. When you're calm, grounded, and non-reactive, you're not emotionally demanding. You're not treasuring her or seeking validation. Your rage is being still. That stillness gives her space to really her own truth. And when a woman feels seen without a vink to perform, she wants to trust deeply. So if she ever says, "I'm not usually like this," pay close attention. She's not apologizing. She's not confused. She's revealing. And she's inviting you into a more authentic emotional space. 1. Her walls air down and her investment is growing. 5. I feel like I can tell you anything. This is one of the most emotional sentences a woman can hear you. I feel like I can tell you anything. To a lot of guys, this might sound like she's friend-zoning you, but thought's far from the truth. When a woman genuinely says this, and it's coming from a space of warmth, comfort, and trust, what she's releasing is, I feel emotionally safe with you. And emotional safety is not a consolation prize. It's the foundation of long-term attraction. Here's the deal. Any man can spark interest. A few can create a mystery, but very few can. Make a woman feel emotionally grounded when she feels like she can share the messy, vulnerable, unfiltered parts of herself, a fear of being judged or misunderstood. You've earned something most men never reach her. In her world, it's not about being her therapist. It's not about solving her problems. It's about being present with her truth and win. She feels that kind of connection or emotions, start investing autonomic ally. Stoicism. We talk a lot about self-mastery, and one of the great powers of self-mastery is being a force Nils's storm without losing yourself in it. That's what women crave more than a flash of a festival or physical perfection. She wants to be around a man who doesn't flinch when she reveals her reality. A man who listens, who stays rooted, who doesn't try to fix her insolence, her emotions, but lets her speak freely because he knows who he is. When she says, I feel like I can tell you anything, respond with presence. Don't downplay it and get awkward. Just meet her in that space. Ask follow-up questions. Listen with your whole attention. Hold eye contact. Nod gently. The simple behaviors reinforce her sense of safety because the more she opens up and sees that, your energy doesn't shift. Far deeper hurt emotional investment troves. And remember this, women don't become your boss with men who always impress them. They become obsessed with men who can hear their truth. Shall yo make me feel compassion? Flies under the radar from Osmanbeck? Because it doesn't sound flashy, it doesn't sound passionate or romantic. Booty is one of the most powerful compliments a woman can give you. You'll make me feel calm. Why? Because we live in a world that constantly overwhelms women emotionally, mentally, and socially. When a woman says you make her feel calm, what she's really saying is that your energy has an anchoring effect. She feels emotionally regulated around. Her nervous system starts to slow down. She's easier. She doesn't feel the need to be on. And this is a direct reflection of your inner stillness, your emotional clarity, your stoic presence. Let me be blunt. Most guys are emotionally chaotic. They overreact. They over-exlaw. And they try too hard. They seek. Their energy is needy or unpredictable, even if a woman finds them attractive at first. That emotional instability slowly becomes exhausting. But when you walk in grounded, still and composed, not arrogant, not detached, but present, you become a Rari. And when she says you make me feel calm, she's not just complimenting you, she's bonding with you. That calm is what makes her want to spend more time with you. It's what makes her body soften around you. It's what turns basic attraction into deep. Emotional. Also, how do you cultivate this? First, stop drink to impress. Focus on awareness instead of performance. Slow your speech breath more deeply. With curiosity instead of judgment, speak less but mean more. When you do this, your energy starts to feel like a sanctuary, and when a woman feels emotionally safe in your presence, she doesn't just like being around you. She starts needing a thoughts, the seed of obsession. So if she says you make me feel calm, no thought, the heart has already started investing the strongest emotional pulsing excitement. It's piece marker 7, shuance to understand your emotions. Zone. of the strongest indicators that a woman is emotionally invested in you. She takes a genuine interest in understanding your emotions, not just the surface level feelings, but the deeper layers that you might notice and share with others. This isn't about her being nosy or intrusive. It's about her warning to connect with your inner world, your thoughts, your struggles, and your joy. She wants to see what makes you tick. Emotionally is a very intimate kind of investment, and it requires vulnerability on both sides. When a woman truly cares about you, she won't be satisfied with you saying, "I'm fine," or "it's nothing." She noticed the slight change in your tone. It's the silence that lingers too long. Look in your eyes when something's blinging you, and she'll ask about it because she wants to pry, but because emotional well-being matters to her. She wants to support you, not fix you. She wins to be your safe space at this level of emotional curiosity as it goes, that she's in it for more than just theffin or attraction. It means just trying to understand how to love her better, how to comfort you, and how to be someone who genuinely enhances your life. But here's where stoic wisdom comes in. If you're the type of man who is emotionally guarded, who sees expressing feelings as weakness, you might misread this as pressure or even control, but that mindset will push her away. A stoic man understands that strength is not the absence of emotion. It's the mastery of it when she creates space for your emotions and wants to understand you on that level. It's not weakness to open up, it's strength. If you recognize her effort and meet it with some honesty, it builds a bond that's not just romantic, but deeply human. If you're wondering whether a woman is emotionally invested, ask yourself this. Does she care when I'm not at my best? Does she make an effort to understand what I'm feeling without judgment? If the answer is yes, you're not dealing with casual interest. That's emotional commitment in action. Number 8. She wants to integrate you into her life. A powerful sign that a woman is invested is when she begins syncretation into the bigger picture of her life. She's no longer just spending time with you on dates or texting you during her downtime nauseas, inviting you into her world and sing you to her friends, her family, including you in her future plans, asking for your opinion on decisions, and slowly building a shared rhythm with Ween. A woman starts doing this. It's not just a routine or a social gesture. It's a deep emotional move. She's saying without words, "You matter to me, and you want you to be part of my future." This could be as simple as wanting you to join her at a family dinner or as serious as discussing career changes or where she wants to live in the future. And these invitations might seem subtle at first, but they carry serious emotional weight. From a stoic perspective, it's important to observe how you handle these moments. Are you comfortable being part of her world, or do you pull away? Are you engaging with her inner circle, or do I all keep the relationship siloed and to our own terms? Emotional investment. It isn't just a boot what she's doing. It's about how yours been to it. Women don't introduce just Daniel to their familiars or best friends. That's a vulnerable. It means she's stopping herself up to judgment.
Not just from
you, but from people who matter to her. It means she's emotionally committed and not a risk. Social exposure beckos. She believes in the connection. If you notice that she talks about the future and uses language like we instead of that, that's a subtle but meaningful shift. It's no longer just about our goals or dreams. It's about building a shared life. She might start asking questions like, "Would you ever want to travel here? Or do you like the idea of living in this city?" These aren't entitled questions. Their emotional key here is not to rush or get overwhelmed. Stoic wisdom reminds us that calm observation is an honest participation a ready foundation of any serious relationship. She's bringing you into her life, and you feel grounded and aligned with thought. So green flag of deep emotional and visit 9. She becomes emotionally affected by you. Perhaps the most telling sign that a woman is emotionally invested is how much you're emotionally invested affects hers. When she's connected to you deeply, your moods, actions, and words carry a serious weight. If you're distant, she feels it in her bones. If you're cold, she worries. If you're joyful, it lifts your spirit. She's emotionally in tune with you. Not out of dependence, but because you genuinely matter to her. Responsiveness can manifest in different ways. You've been quiet for a while, or not because she's clinging, but because your silence means something to her. Or maybe she celebrates your wins with agnin sense off-ride. As if your success is also hiskind of emotional empathy is not casual, it's deep. Investment. Over. This is also here emotional macacacity is critical, eh? Stoic man doesn't exploit this vulnerability, respects it when a woman is at risk, emotionally affected by you, just offering you her emotional trust. She's saying you matter enough, Thatcher. Actions influence how I feel. It's not something to take lightly. At the same time, her being emotional erective to you doesn't mean she's severely sensitive or weak. It means she's connected. And in today's world, where emotional detachment escamin, connection is a rare and valuable thing. You'll notice that Winch is deeply invested. She'll check in on you more often. She'll seek reassurance, not bogus. She's needy, but because she'll wants to feel close. Toyu might say things like, "I've been thinking about you," or "It hurts when we don't talk." These are not guilt trips. They're emotional signals. If you're the kind of man who values loyalty, depth, and long-term connection, this emotional responsiveness is a powerful thing to honor. Be the kind of man who holds space for her, who communicates with calm, clarity, and woofer steadiness, even when emotions run high. That's what makes her feel. And when a woman feels emotionally safe, her love deepens in ways that words can't fully capture. When she's affected by you, you've muffed beyond casual territory. You've entered a kind of emotional bond that few people ever experience. And if you truth out with care and respect, it becomes foundation of a lasting relationship. Hold on, trust, empathy, and unshakable connection. So if you recognize Evan, few have these signs in a woman you're seeing, know that you're not just someone Ish enjoys spending time with. You're Simeon. She's emotionally committed, toned. That kind of connection is rare in today's world. But here's the deeper truth. How you spend to her emotional investment matures just as much as the sins in Zelversai. Stoic. Man doesn't just enjoy affection, he honors it. He recognizes